All right, here we go. This is math page. I forget what page number it is. 229 and 230, and we're doing more work with dividing with fractions. So they're just going to keep giving you one little tweak each day. So today it's dividing mixed numbers by fractions. So before we start working on our page, what is the saying? What do I want you to say every time you get to a division problem with fractions? Say it with me. When dividing by a fraction, don't you cry, just invert the second number and multiply. We remember that, right? All right, so we're going to actually skip all this. You can come back and read that if you need to, but I'm going to teach it to you anyway. So let's make sure we know invert. What does invert mean? Let's show me you got it. Go ahead and invert 2/3. And you should have written 3/2. What about 4/5? Yep, 5/4. Go ahead and do the rest of those. And check. 7/9 becomes 9/7. 11/5 becomes 5/11. 3/9 becomes 9/3. And 6/5 becomes 5/6. Got inverting? Now remember, which one do we invert? The second number, which is the divisor, by the way. So number 2 says circle the divisor. Make sure you know which one you're inverting. Ready? Go. Okay, now see if you did it. You should have circled this one, this one, this one, this one, the second one every time. Don't invert the first one or you'll get it wrong. So now, if we want to use the same method and we've got a mixed number, what's the one thing we have to do first? And one extra step. We're going to change that mixed number to an improper fraction. So 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2 is 12. So this becomes 12/5 divided by 3/10. And now we know how to do this. We're going to invert the second number and multiply. So it's going to be 12/5 times 10/3. Now let's cancel the 5 and the 10. 5 becomes a 1. 10 becomes a 2. 12 and 3, we can cancel those as well. 3 goes into 12 4 times, and 3 goes into 3 1 time. So our bottom number now is going to be 1 times 1. So that means it's going to be a whole number. So it's going to be 4 times 2, which is 8. And there's your answer. Okay, let's do it again. For B, 4½ divided by 1/6. So can we combine these two steps? Can we change this one into an improper fraction and then go ahead and invert this one? Let's try it. 4½ 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So this will be 9/2. Now we're going to change divide to times and we're going to invert this one. Instead of 1/6, we're going to write 6/1. Okay, cancel the 2 and the 6. And 9 times 3 is 27. Okay, so if you think you've got it, pause my recording, do C and D, and then hit play, and I'll go over them. Actually, just do C. Okay, go ahead and pause and do it. All right, here you are back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change 7 and 1/9 to an improper fraction. 7 times 9 is 63, plus 1 is 64/9. Now I'm going to multiply. I'm going to invert the second number. So instead of 4/15, I'm going to write 15/4. Let's see what canceling we can do. 9 and 15. 9 does not go into 15, but what does go into both of those numbers? 3. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. Does 4 go into 64? You bet it does. 4 will go into 6 one time with 2 left over. So that makes 24. 4 will go into 24 6 times. So that, and the 4 becomes a 1. So now we've got 16 times 5/3. So I'm going to go use some space up here. I'm going to do 16 times 5. There we go. And I get 80. You get 80? So now I've got 80/3. Okay. Will 3 go into 80 evenly? 8 plus 0 is 8. There's going to be a remainder, so the answer will be a mixed number. So 3 will go into 8 2 times with 2 left over. So that leaves 20. 3 will go into 20 6 times, which is 18, so we'll have 2 left over. So the answer is 26 2/3. Okay, do the same way. Do D, then check, E, then check. So pause right now. Okay, welcome back. Let's do D. 2 2/3 divided by 2/3. I'm going to change this to an improper fraction. 3 times 2, 6, plus 2, 8. So 8 over 3 times, flip this one, 3 over 2. Ooh, this one's much easier. Cancel the 3's, they both become 1's. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 4. So that one's just an even 4. Much easier than C was. Okay, do E. Welcome back. Now I'll go over E. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So 8 over 7 times, flip this one around, 14 over 3. 7 and 14 I can cancel. 7 becomes a 1, 14 becomes a 2. 3 does not go into 8. So 8 times 2 is 16. 3 times 1 is 3. Let's divide, improper divide. 3 will go into 16 5 times with 1 left over. So I get 5 1/3. Okay, that's our new lesson. So let's just take a quick look at the rest of the page. So you've got 2 story problems. I want you to see if you can think them out on your own. And review. Ooh, look at the directions for number 5. Estimate each answer. Don't give me the real thing. Now for A, it's going to actually be the same. 301, we're going to think of as 300. 299, we're going to think of as 300. So that would be around 600, but it actually is 600 itself. But if you do these other ones, they won't. 199 times 2. So if I want to do that one easily, I'm going to round 199 to 200. And so 200 times 2, 400. Do the rest of those on your own. Let's go to the back. Okay, so we got some measurement problems here at the top. Here, let me see if I can get that focus a little better for us. Okay, so look at 6A. 3 weeks plus 5 days equals blank days. Remember these? So the answer's in days. That tells us we need to change weeks to days. Easy peasy. 1, 2, 3. Let's put the line for our new answer. 1, 2, 3. A week is bigger or smaller than a day? Bigger to smaller, multiply. How many days are in a week? 7. So 3 times 7, which of course is 21. So 21 plus 5, 26 days. Now letter B, 3/4 minus 3 dimes. I think you should be able to figure that one out. C, x over 4 equals 12. Here's a murder mystery. So the first thing we do is solve the side with no letter. They've already simplified it for us. So now we want to do the opposite. X divided by 4. What's the opposite of divided by 4? Times 4. So our next line is going to be x divided by 4 times 4 equals 12. And if we change this one, we change this one the same way. Times 4. So these cancel out. X equals 48. Check and make sure it's right. 48 divided by 4 equals 12. And of course, 12 does equal 12. You got it. Look at D. Which formula do you need to use for D? C. C equals 5/9 parentheses F minus 32. Remember how to do that? Go ahead and do it, and then I'll show you. All right, so I'm going to put the 77 in for the F. So I'm going to say C equals 5/9 parentheses 77 minus 32. Parentheses say, do me first, do me first, do me first. 77 minus 32. 7 minus 2 is 5. 7 minus 3 is 4. So now I get 5/9 times 45 over 1. We can cancel the 9 and the 45. The 9 becomes a 1. 45 becomes a 5. 8 times 5, 40. 40 degrees Celsius. Okay. Number 7, write the products quickly. Number 8, answer the questions about the scale drawing. Is this scale drawing, by the way, bigger than life size or smaller than life size? It's smaller. It is, of course, smaller. You will need your ruler to do this one. If you don't have a ruler, ask your mom and dad if you've got one. All right? So I will do, well, I'm not going to do none of them because I don't have my ruler right now. It's up to you. Give it your best shot. You've got 2 days to do this lesson. Have a great day.